Then there is a wireless presentation solution. These wireless presentation system are work as in like cable manager. Cable manager need to be wired connection with the switcher or the displays, but this solution doesn't need any wired connection. You can multiple users can share their screen on the conference room. Like there is a big display of 98 inches are there, and there are four people who wants to display something simultaneously and want to discuss each thing. So using these solution, they can share their screens simultaneously on the conference screen. So in wireless presentation solution, there are two or three kinds of application we get. First of all, there is a web page. Uh, Web page will be there. You can log in through this and you can directly share their screen. Second way is that there will be a USB clicking device will be given to you. You have to just insert the device and click on that. Your screen will be shared on the screen. This is our wireless presentation solution. This is a smart click device. There is a USB 2.0 port. You have to connect to your laptop. You have to just click this and your laptop screen will be there on the big screen. There are four clicking device comes with us. So four user can simultaneously share their screen on the conference screen. You don't need to use any cable managers, wired connection, anything. You just need to place this controller in the rack, and there will be one HDMI connection to the switcher. And these clicking devices are wirelessly connect your laptop tab screen to the big screen. So this will support up to 4K decoding resolution. Mac, PC, laptop, Android, iOS, both are supportable. Delay time is very less. Within 19 to 100 milliseconds, your screen will be shared on the big screen. Resolution we are getting 1920 into 1080. Maximum you can get 4 USB click you will get with one solution in this. The part code of our system is H4UWPS. So it's all about the inputs or outputs we have discussed in the conference room. This is a general architecture of the boardroom. You can see how many equipments you can use in your conference room. First of all, I have discussed with the chairman and delegate microphone. These will be connected to the conference controller. As you can see here, loop in loop out connection, chairman delegate microphone. Then the audio output will be go to the mixer. From the mixer, it will go to the amplifier and to the speaker. This part is our audio system that I have explained you in the beginning. Then for the video parts, these are the cable cubbies are there. Multiple audio video inputs are going to the switcher. You can see here are the switcher. From the switcher, the output is going to the projector and to the projector screen. Instead of this projector screen, you can either use displays as well. So this is the video switching part. Cable cubbies for the multiple inputs, switchers for the so that accumulate multiple inputs to a single output, and from the switchers the output is going to the display. In the conference room, you can also consider wireless microphone for the presentations and anything. The DVD players, which will be connected to the mixers. Then your VC video conference system is there. The HDMI output to go to the switcher, and from that output, only a single cable will go to that projector. From these input, any input can be route to any output. Any input can be route to the all output, or any input can be route to the multiple output. So you can see there are multiple inputs are coming in the switcher, but only one output is going to the display. And even here's the role of the switcher is comes to accumulate multiple inputs and give you the single or multiple outputs. So this is also in a general architecture for the conference room where we use control and automation as well. So I'll explain you just in details. Just like these are the conference microphones, conference controller. From the conference controller, audio is coming to the DSP or to the mixer. Both you can consider. Then goes to the power amplifier, and from the power amplifier it is going to the speaker. This is our audio system. Then this is our switcher. You can see multiple audio video inputs are coming to this. Here they are using the HDMI extender. We have shown you these are the extended. Cat6 cable has been used to transmit the signals. Then from these you can see the multiple video displays are connected. If the displays are far away from the rack, you can use the HDMI and VGA extender from that as well. Then in the last, you can see there is a control unit is there. We are showing here. All the devices are connected to this control unit, and this control unit will connected to the iPad via a Wi-Fi router. This control unit is connected to this iPad via a Wi-Fi router. So all the controls of the equipment will come to this iPad only. So you can control each one equipment you are using in conference room via iPad. So this is all about the conference solution, boardroom solution, audiovisual solution for the conference room. I have explained you about the microphones, about the types of speaker you can use, types of switchers for the video switching equipments you have to use, what the thing you have to consider while designing the audio video solution for a conference or a boardroom solution. Here are some example of the video displays we have shown you. You can consider for the visual solution for your offices. This kind of video displays you can consider. These are visual concepts for your office decorations, like these kind of walls you can create. This kind of visual solution you can create. You can display whatever content you want to display on these kind of walls. So these kind of walls you can create via small display units. This comes under the visual solutions. You can display any content via software on it. So this is all about the audio video solution. We have explained you. So this is all about the audio video solution. I have explained you where we have seen the audio types of audio conference microphone, types of loudspeakers, types of DSP we have to use, what the things we have to consider when we are designing an audio visual solution for the conference room. So this is all about the conference room solution. Now we will discuss about the voice evacuation PA and BGM system. Uh, our My colleague Mr. Kapil will explain you about the voice evacuation and PA system. मैं यहाँ तक एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूँ ये सारी चीजें, फिर तो डिविएट कर दो, ठीक है? ठीक। अनम्यूट हो गया। So I'll explain you about the basic concept of the sounds when we talk about the PAVA solution, BGM and background music solution. So all of our product or when we are designing PAVA system, these are the standards your product must comply with these standards. Our all of the product are complied all the EN54, ISO, IEC, UL, every standard for the life safety equipment because this system is a life safety system. You must comply all of the standard codes you have to follow. So when we talk about PAVA solution or system, we have seen you have seen SPL level and what is this SPL and what is the intelligibility. I will explain you about this. So you have seen speakers when you see the speaker data sheet, you see the SPL level is 1 watt, 1 meter, 80 dB, 90 dB, 97 dB. XYZ we have seen. So first of all, we have to understand what is SPL level, what is the significance of the SPL, and actual SPL what we required when we are designing PAVA system. So sound pressure level SPL is the measure of the sound that we are getting or getting from the audio source to the listener. There is a word called direct SPL. This is the measure of the sound that is coming to the source to the listener. So SPL is when we are talking about PAVA system, generally in normal condition, we required 80 dB SPL in PAVA system considering a noise level of 60 dB. How the SPL is vary. So suppose one speaker has mentioned at 1 watt it is giving 70 dB and the speaker is of 60 watt. So each 3 dB increase in SPL from a loudspeaker requires a doubling of the sound of power. If we have seen in a 6 watt speaker, there are three tappings. We have seen 6 watt, 3 watt, 1.5 watt. If I tap with 3 watt, then I am getting the SPL of 84 dB. When I am doubling the wattage of the loudspeaker, 3 to 6 watt, the dB of my loudspeaker will increase by plus 3 dB only. So we don't talk about if in sound industry don't talk about wattage, we talk about the SPL. What SPL we are getting? If there are two speakers, one is 200 watt and one is of 400 watt. 200 watt, the same speaker is giving 84 dB. At 400 watt, the SPL is just increased only by 3 dB. In the BOQ, in the specification, when we see they are asking for 400 watt amplifier, but you have 200 watt 200 watt speaker. The difference is very rare. If 200 watt is giving 130 dB, the 400 watt will give 133 dB only. There is only 3 dB difference when we are doubling the power of the loudspeaker. If we are coming to 200 to 100 watt, then it will be minus 3 dB. If, at 200 watt I am getting 80 dB, then at 100 watt I will get 77 dB. Only dB changes we talk about when we talk about the speaker. We don't talk about the wattage because wattage is we can see we are doubling the wattage, but the output is rarely going to up by only 3 dB. This is about the SPL. What is the intelligibility? So in PAVA system, intelligibility is the most important part of the announcement. Intelligibility is that how the sound or the announcement is coming to the speakers, how intelligible it is. And normal person if I talk about normal person, they are able to understand the announcement that is coming from the speaker. That is the intelligibility. If the SPL level is coming 100 dB, required is 80 dB. If it is coming 100 dB, suppose more than enough. But the intelligibility of the sound is very poor. There is no use of that kind of SPL. So intelligibility, that is matter. The intelligibility of the sound, the your sound should be intelligible that a person can understand what kind of announcement is going on. If SPL is required 80 dB, you are giving 90 dB, but the intelligibility is not there. There is no use of that kind of speaker or SPL. So intelligibility in a PAVA system is a major part you have to focus. The measurement of the intelligibility, there is a scale from which you can measure your intelligibility of the sound. There is a scale 0 to 1. If the your intelligibility comes under less than 0.5, then your sound is not intelligible. The people cannot understand the announcement that is going on. For PAVA system, the intelligibility of the system should be more than 0.5, so that the person or people can understand what are the announcement is going on. So intelligibility is a major factor in a PAVA system. Your sound intelligibility of the sound should be more than 0.5 meters, and it can be measured through the acoustic devices are coming through which you can measure your intelligibility SPL of the sounds. So we use E software, we can calculate the SPL level. What are the SPL level we are getting when we are using three speaker, when we are using four speaker? We can calculate the SPL level of the speaker. We can calculate the intelligibility of the sound through the software. If we are not getting the desirable intelligibility, we have to change the positioning of the speaker. We have to change the wattage of the speaker. So these acoustic simulation play an important role. Uh, uh, for example, in airports, in metro, these kind of simulations are must. You have to use these software to show the your acoustics measures you are coming, because in PAVA system in airports, railway stations, and metros, they are very important. Applications are there. Their life safety equipments are there. So we cannot compromise on that. So we have to use, before site installation, we have to use these software. You have to calculate your SPL level intelligibility. Accordingly, you have to exercise on your site, and you have to place the speaker according to your acoustic simulations or computer modeling. So these kind of 3D we create in software, and these kind of readings are came. So computer modeling seems like that. We use e-software for that. So this is our DV8 controller. My colleague Mr. Kapil will explain you about this. So I'm handing over to you, Kapil, please.
Hello everyone, my name is Kapil, and till now, as we all know, Farman sir is very well. Give the 1 second. Yeah, sorry for the wait. Okay, now uh, as we all know, Farman sir is very well explained about the audiovisual system and the PA system. And right now, I am here for giving you some information about our hot product, which is our digital 8-zone controller. When we are talking about zones, it means it is for the PA controller. Okay, so we have our one digital voice evacuation controller, which comes with 8 zones. Okay, and expandable up to 120 zones with a router unit, which is known as a DV8 500 RT. Okay, so move on. Yes, this is the front panel of our DV8 voice evacuation controller. Okay, as you see from the front panel, we have one emergency microphone on it, one uh, emergency button. We have inbuilt evacuation message. We have LED indication for fault, for paging, for big BGM. It is a complete combo. This controller is is a complete combo of BGM system and PA system. Okay, it has inbuilt amplifier of 500 watt digital Class D amplifier of 500 watt. You can easily connect the speaker up to 500 watt without any external amplifier. Okay, and it has auto amplifier changeover. For example, if its inbuilt amplifier is fail, okay, so you can connect a spare amplifier at a spare port of this controller, and it will automatically take over the main one in case of failure. Okay, now as I already told you, it is a 8-zone controller and expandable up to 120 zones. So by using slave module, which is known as the DV8 500 RT, we can expand it to up to 120 zones. Okay, so 14 slave units means 112 zones plus 8 zones of master becomes 120 zones. It means it will make a matrix of 1 plus 14, and the zones will become 120. Built into 240 and 500 watt class D amplifier. Okay, only Henrik comes with the inbuilt amplifier. No one have in the market inbuilt amplifier with a PA system. Okay, we have priority management for different devices like emergency mic have a highest priority, evacuation message, alert message have a highest priority, and the BGM have a different priority. Okay, speaker line low impedance supervision means if there is any fault or anything occurs in the speaker line, the controller will give a indication, fault indications by the help of impedance supervision. Capacity to connect 8 unit remote microphones means we can connect up to 8 unit remote microphones with this controller. Built in two separate players for evacuation and alert voice message by SD card. We have inbuilt a 2 GB SD card with this controller, in which we can store up to 200 messages in the MP3 format or WAV format. Okay, and also we have two separate layers for evacuation message and alert message. External amplifier input to expansion the power. As I told you, it has inbuilt amplifier, but we can expand amplifier power by external amplifiers. Suppose if our speaker wattage is more than 500 watt, we can connect external amplifier and expand the power of the controller. 8 zone speaker output with separate zone volume control. We have individual volume control for all the 8 zones. Separate indicator for evac, fault, music, paging, and select. We have LED indicators for evacuation message. If there is any fault, we have a fault indication LED. We have BGM indication LED. We have paging indication. Power indication for AC, DC, and fault. Indicator for evac, alert, and fireman mic. 8 programmable control input and 8 programmable control output. We have 8 programmable control input with which we can integrate third-party system like fire alarm, BMS, and CCTV. Okay. Front panel is already explained you. Okay. Come on the back panel. As you see on rear panel, we have two kinds of power supply in our controller. One is 220 volt AC socket. Okay, and another one is 24 volt DC battery standby power. We have channel 8 programmable control inputs and outputs. As I already told you, we can use this control inputs to integrate the third party system. After that, we have RJ45 ports for configuration and connecting the slave units and remote microphones. Okay, then we have memory card, 2 GB memory card where we can store 200 messages and customize it as per our requirement. We have 6 multiple BGM inputs for playing the BGM by different sources like CD player, MP3 player, and other ones. We have one record output also. We can record all the announcement in any external recorder through this record output. We have 8 zone speakers output with class AB wiring and with low impedance supervision. We have external amplifier ports for expand the power of the controller from 500 watt to 4000 watt. Then this is our slave module, which have a part code DV8500RT. This unit is same as our controller. Only the difference between this unit and our controller is emergency microphone. Our master controller have emergency microphone and emergency button, but DV8500RT slave module didn't have emergency microphone or emergency button. In case of any emergency, only controller will take the command from any third party system like fire panel, or it will be manual also. Okay, and slave module will work as a command given by the controller only. Rest of the things are same as our controller.